Hello and welcome to Diva Days of Our Lives. This is Carrie. You can find me on Twitter at Diva Abdul. We are having connection problems, so hopefully we'll get the show in. Anna's having a hard time getting in. And Marianne escaped from University Hospital. Yay.
Finally, after 2 weeks. No, almost 4 weeks. That's 4 weeks since my surgery. But anyway, I'm Marianne, and you can find me at mama_hooch on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes. Well, is there anything you want to say? Go ahead, honey.
I said, yeah, finally I got on here. It's been, what, a couple weeks? I've tried to get
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I want to know if you had anything to say about, because I know you're a huge Drake fan and John Black fan. If you want to say anything
Yeah.
about his death and funeral and all that.
Yeah, I think the Days handled it really well. I mean, I really enjoyed. I think they did. I think it was almost a week long, if I'm not mistaken, into the next. I know I'm trying to remember. I thought it was well done. I liked the returns, although they weren't long enough. Carrie came back, and Will came back. Eric came back. And then they only showed so many people at the funeral, but then they insinuated that there was a lot more there. I think they even insinuated that Tony and Anna were there.
Yeah.
I mean, but Tony and Anna had come back on a Friday, I think, or a Thursday, and then Tony didn't come back till that Monday, or this Monday. He was on this Monday. And I think Anna so we haven't seen them together yet. We've seen them separately, but they were back for the funeral, but we never saw them at the funeral, along with other people. So yeah, I think Eric did he officiated. Oh, there's Anna.
Yeah.
He officiated at the wedding. Belle, and I thought Carrie and Belle had great eulogies. Brady was good. I mean, he sang, but then he did sing Amazing Grace, but then he had a eulogy where he acted like Drake, which was funny. He put a little bit of humor into it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I thought Deidre did a good job. I think she's did a good job as a grieving widow.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with, their history. But she's like an expert on crying. She can cry she's good at that. So yeah, I thought they did a really good job. And then, Paul came back too. So I guess he actually had all his children there, or children he raised, or, like his
Except
own.
for Sammy. Yeah.
Yeah. Except for Sammy. Although it was weird. Sammy came back, maybe a couple of weeks before the funeral for some reason. I forget what that storyline was about. But
EJ getting shot.
Okay, okay. So yeah, except for Sammy. But Will was there, I guess, to represent Sammy. Yeah. So I don't know. Can't think of anything else. So I guess you guys talked about that.
Jenn did text and she's having problems. So it must be the website.
Okay.
Yeah. All of us have had problems. Hey, Anna.
Hey there. Yeah, finally got in. Yay.
You're not the only one. I got dropped twice before the show, so I switched to my phone from the laptop. I thought my phone would do better. So, yeah, and Jen's having a hard time, too.
No.
Marianne, do you want to tell us about Tony's return?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was on quite a bit there. So he came back, and when he came in, he was talking to EJ and all about when dinner is. And Rita was there because Rita had come to give EJ the little disc thing that showed, I guess he had given it to Rita to keep, to hide. So it looks like she gave it back to him. Tony came in and saw Rita, and of course turns on the charm right away to Rita. Oh, Rita, you're looking you haven't changed. You look so young, or something like that, charming her. And she said, oh, you're just charming as your father, or something. So it seems like he has known Rita for a while. So then after he recognized or realized that something was going on with EJ, so after Rita left, he confronted EJ and wanted to know what was up. So EJ told him everything about Johnny, and he more or less said he would help him keep his secret or help him to protect Johnny. Then we did see him. He met EJ and Chad. Where was that at? The small bar?
No, it was
the other one. The
bistro.
The bistro that Stefan and used to own. So they met each other, and of course, when Chad and Tony, they embraced, and they talked. And Tony's more or less coming back, afraid about DiMera. Titan took over DiMera, so it's not the same DiMera Enterprises it was. So he wants to get it back. EJ doesn't seem interested because he had the share in the hospital. So I don't think he's interested. Chad, of course, isn't interested. He's with the newspaper. So it seems like Tony's the only one that's interested. So I know it ended Friday. I think he called Anna and was talking to Anna about it, that it looked like if anything was going to happen, it was going to be him that would have to try to get DiMera back. I
Isn't
don't know.
this weird though? Because they were all fighting just a few years ago over DiMera.
Yeah. And where was Kristen?
Yeah,
Why wasn't where was Kristen? I know she's supposedly supposed to be with Rachel, her mother, getting her moved in at Aramed since EJ let her, since they miraculously found her. So, yeah. So I think that was it with Tony. I know. Did he have any other? Was there any other scenes? I can't remember.
I was surprised it was just Monday. Really,
it was just Monday, and then like nothing.
And then he had scenes with Chad and
EJ.
Oh, that's what you're talking about? That's
yeah,
that's
at
right.
the bistro. Yeah,
yeah. Which my response in my head was they finally figured out Tony DiMera should be part of DiMera Enterprises again.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah.
And what's this with Anna being on speed dial instead of being there in person? Whatever.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, hello.
They've been there, but they've been separately. Anna came in.
Yeah.
Did Anna have scenes with Carrie? She didn't have any scenes, or did she? No? That was weird too. She didn't have any scenes with Carrie. Yeah. And then I think something was mentioned about Carrie. She said something about, Roman's her biological father, but John raised her, right? And she said about having two fathers, but in a sense, no, you kind of had like three fathers, if you remember Tony, because she is Anna's daughter. And if you go back to the 80s,
yeah,
Anna a lot, and there was a lot of, she interacted with Tony a lot too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, that's just my gripe up there about that. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know when we see Tony and Anna together. I'm sure soon. But...
I thought I saw a picture of Tony and Anna visit Marlena at the penthouse.
Okay.
You see that. Yeah.
That could be, yeah. Maybe that's coming up. I don't know. Their sequence, the way they did the funeral and explained who was there and who wasn't there was just kind of strange to me.
Yeah. Well, just like Jack and Jennifer were there in town, but they weren't there. I mean, they were in the same friggin' cemetery, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were at the funeral, but really no. I mean, I think there was a set of chairs on the other side.
It was the wake. Yeah. Okay. Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, that was kind of odd. I guess they just have to do the best they can these days, and they can't really handle the big ensemble things that we used to love so much.
Well, yeah. And they did have, I guess you could say they did have a lot of people there to begin with anyway. A lot of people that returned. Yeah.
Well, and I watched a good portion of this week, but I did have to fast forward some on Thursday and Friday. I think, I don't know. Anyway, because I started out by rewatching parts of 2 weeks ago, and then a little bit of last week, and then this week, some of this week. So, because I had missed with my niece's wedding and everything, I didn't do the show last week, so I hadn't watched the show all week. I don't think so. Anyway, I was trying to catch up, so I might be commingling memories. But I did want to say, and you guys probably talked about this last week, but it was kind of a half episode dedicated to Steve and to Stephen Nichols, but I did enjoy that, and I've been loving the flashbacks between John and Marlena's and all that stuff, and
a lot of flashbacks,
and then a lot of the even with Adrian and a lot of things I had forgotten. But yeah, it was really cool seeing some of the vintage scenes and stuff. And one thing I had a question about this. Okay, and I think finally one of the one of the flashbacks sort of answered it for me. But in one of the scenes a few weeks ago, it zoomed in on Brady Pub, established 1992. And so was it the fish market before that? Because I know in the 80s they had that. They had that there.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a pub the whole time. So I didn't understand that, because I remember in the 80s that there was the Brady something or other. So anyway, and then I saw a background thing that showed Brady's Fish Market. I thought, oh, they must have just made it officially the pub in 1992. But I had kind of stopped watching during the early, end of the 90s.
Kitty.
What's that?
Did he?
A new co-host.
Oh, right. Is that Sutton?
That's Sutton the Button.
Sutton making her appearance.
Don't
Cute.
say movie shirt. Don't, yeah.
Anyway, that was just a little trivia thing that I was like, when I first saw Brady Pub 1992, I was like, that cannot be right because I remember in the 80s.
Right.
But
Yeah,
then
the
I
fish
guess they
market.
called it the fish market before that. I don't know.
I
they
say
did.
that was an odd choice to have a new family have in Salem. It's like, yeah, let's have a fish market. It's like, who the hell
Yeah.
hangs out at the fish market?
Good point. Good point.
I
And I
guess,
hate fish, so I hate
I guess
seafood of
because
any
there was
kind, so.
always the dock, and I guess they
The
were
dock, yeah.
they were known for being by the river, right? That's kind of
Yeah.
like a I guess a river, like a town or whatever Salem is built around. Although they don't talk about the dock anymore. The dock is
No.
dangerous.
And the Pier of Death. We don't have the Pier of
That's
Death anymore.
right.
Just tell Tony, stay away from the pier. Don't go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was
Don't
that
run
he
into
got? What
Philip.
did I used to say? He died by chunk of wood? Was
Yeah.
it chunk
It
of
was
wood?
a chunk of wood. Yeah. He's
Chunk
died
of
many
wood?
crazy ways, but yeah. Well, either him or Andre. So whatever. I guess Andre's still dead. I guess he still has. He's one of the few that haven't come back. So yeah.
Recently. I mean, he's come back before though, hasn't he?
He's been back
I think.
before, right? But he's the one.
Yeah.
He's one that's still dead. You
Still
know, Bo's
dead
back.
for now.
Oh, that's another thing I want to mention. But Bo came to the funeral and he insisted he had to come. So he was there. You know, he did. Peter Reckel did a good job. I think he spoke too. So
Right.
him and Hope. And I thought they were going to stay in Salem, but I guess they're
gone already.
going. Yeah, they're gone already. They got the boat. Oh, he got the boat back from Sean. He brought the boat back from Sean. You probably guys talked about that last week.
Yeah. Anna, did you have a Kate update? Because she was on Friday. I don't know if you saw it or not.
She was on a couple days. She was on Thursday and Friday. Because Thursday she let's see. Was Thursday Thursday she and Roman were in their room or whatever and talking to Marlena about Johnny and everything. And Marlena, Johnny, and Roman were talking in there. And then Kate walked in just as Roman was hugging Marlena, comforting her and stuff. And the way it read on the preview, I thought, oh no, they better not make Kate jealous because that's BS. And fortunately they didn't. I mean, she said, after Marlena left, she said she needs both of us. She really does. And, she was like totally supportive of them both comforting her and being there for her and stuff. So I'm glad because I would have put my foot down. I've been like, nope, that's not happening. She's not going to be jealous of Marlena. So
weren't you were you surprised that Kate didn't get upset and suspect?
I'm glad they didn't write that. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, they made it like she.
I thought based on the thing that Kate, there was like a description like Kate walks in on or something like that, making it sound like she was going to throw a hissy fit.
Yeah.
But she didn't. I mean, it was just great. And I love the blue blouse with the circles or bubbles or whatever on it. I love that. That was so pretty that she was wearing this week. And so, they had their talk about Johnny and, helping Marlena and being there to support her, and then about Johnny and what they should do and this and that. And because they all believe now, he really didn't shoot him. He didn't go through with it, but he does acknowledge that he had the gun. And so since there's one missing bullet, he's like, well, I feel bad because somebody got to it or whatever, but I know I didn't shoot him. But and so then and then on Friday, let's see. Oh, and then Friday, Kate goes to Alex and she says, you know what? I am still interested. I'm going to take you up on that offer. I do want to. And I like the way they wrote it. It wasn't just about that manuscript, but it was that she wants to help build that back because it was Victor's legacy and it's her son's future, Philip's future and his legacy as well. So she feels like if she can contribute in that way, and yes, the manuscript, Stephanie's manuscript being number one project, first off the shelf or whatever, but that she's not doing it just for that her interests are more broad than that or more broad than that. And so she did accept that job. She says, I'm hanging up my apron and I'm going to take you up on your offer to head Titan Publishing again.
Yay.
Yeah.
No more
And I was
waitressing for Kate. No
What's
more
that?
No more waitress.
I know. Hey, hang that apron up, Kate.
Yes, hang it up.
So hopefully this will get her out of the pub more. Let's hope she doesn't do all her work at the table at the pub.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, yep. So it was a good Kate week. And also she's absolutely wants to torch Xander. She doesn't believe for 1 second that he didn't almost kill Philip.
Right.
And so she's wanting to get to the bottom of some of that too, Then of course stupid Gabi and Johnny were having like a good like brainstorming session and all. Then she turns on him and calls Rafe.
Yes. And Rafe turns on him and tells Jada.
Yeah.
And Jada comes and
like, well, I have to report it. And then just in time for, well, you guys can talk about that part, but with EJ and Johnny and stuff. But,
and then just in time right after EJ and Johnny kind of have a light bulb going off. You would have don't you think that Johnny all this should have happened a long time ago when they confronted each other? I mean, you would have thought
he probably didn't give a crap. He probably didn't give a crap if he thought his dad like it almost gave him perverse satisfaction thinking that his dad might have thought he did it.
Right. He couldn't believe that his dad thought he did it, but EJ thought he did it because that's the last thing he saw on the thing. But neither one of them said anything before, just the other day. Anyway, so EJ was very relieved, that he finally realized that Johnny didn't do it. Then he was like, but who did it? Anybody have any ideas who did it? Now that we know, probably Johnny didn't do it. I don't think I've seen where people say little Rachel did it. I don't think they're going to go there or something. She suppressed the memories. I think maybe did she overhear? Did they actually say if she overheard or if she saw Johnny? Maybe she did see Johnny, but actually didn't see him shoot. Maybe saw Johnny, then went upstairs, then heard a gun would be the person that came in after Johnny.
Yeah, I think that's what
assumed, and then just assumed Johnny did it.
Now, Johnny threw the gun.
Which still, in my mind, or if she did see, there's another person she would try to block out and protect, which would be her mother.
Or grandmother.
So
her mother
I'm still wondering if because Kristen was the very first one to be accused. So we've kind of like forgot about her, right? So is it going to come back around to Kristen?
I still have like
10.
I still have $10
an
on
argument
Sophia.
over her mother or something. I don't know. That's the only other person I can think of other than Rachel, the older Rachel.
I still have 10%.
But he had her tucked away.
10% odds on Sophia.
And she never was missing.
Doesn't seem like it was Gabi. But there's so many. It could be somebody that was never shown as a suspect before, too.
Yeah.
That we're not thinking of, or they never really showed. Somebody completely different.
Well, and Ava was there, but she presumably
Anybody have any other ideas?
I don't know.
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just say I was not impressed with Gabi and Johnny's brainstorming.
Their ideas were stupid.
I thought the cowboy Carter Christmas idea was stupid.
Same thing.
But I think of Christmas, I don't think of cowboys. And the Cowboy Carter thing is already run its course, is not really anymore anyway. I thought it was dumb.
And Gabi being the model.
But anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, it was fun
so
to see
Gabi remembered that she forgot that Johnny and EJ were fighting when she showed up at the mansion to shoot EJ herself. So she just forgot that.
Yes, she forgot it. Or she heard a voice. She heard a male voice, but she couldn't remember.
Then she recognized it was Johnny.
And Johnny made a phrase that was what he kind of said when he was also...
You deserve it? Something you deserve it? Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a phrase that he said that night that he also said when they were talking about. Yeah. So then she called Rafe, and then Rafe called Jada.
Yep. We had Jack, Jenn, JJ, and Thomas playing Monopoly this week.
Yeah.
Loved that so much.
I thought it was cute.
Missy Reeves always looks great, but Jack looked great. I thought she looked really good.
Yeah. Jack looks really good. Yeah. Matt Ashford looks really good.
Yeah, Matt Ashford looked great.
Because I saw him like last year on that event that I went to. So him and they both did. They both looked very,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. Really
Yeah.
nice to see. I just really enjoy them. And I guess they are going to be back pretty regularly because they were there during John's funeral and then they came back a few weeks later or whatever. So, I guess because they were leaving unless I missed
Yes.
something.
They kept saying they'll be back
I don't
more.
think they ever left town after the funeral.
Okay.
They
Okay.
stayed then. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking, well, that was awfully fast. But yeah, so really, but this kind of sad part is Jenn is like, well, I really want to see my grandkids, but the real reason I'm here is to follow that cat lady, Cat Green. And if I hear one more time that she was the best analyst ever or whatever,
All of a
when
sudden,
she
next
can't
email,
think herself out of a paper bag on a regular basis,
somebody
I'm like,
rewrote that character.
yeah.
You think
And
a
I
new
mean,
writer
maybe they're
did that?
changing the dialogue. They're maybe even changing the way she's acting a little bit. But
She's still acting weird with her expressions, I think.
yeah.
With Chad, when she's
Yeah.
around Chad,
Yeah.
she's acting like she's like in middle school. Like, please.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
You know you want them. You know you like them. Same with Chad.
Well, has anyone ever thought about maybe Felicity being her daughter? Have you ever thought of that? I don't know.
Yeah. Think of
No.
that. Fine. There's Jenn.
There's Jen. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jenn. Let's see.
Her camera wasn't working last week either. She's still not on yet. Oh, it's starting to come out. She's up to 33%. She's
Yeah.
getting there.
99.
Hold on.
It's
Jen?
99.
There she is.
Hey, Jenn.
Hello.
I gotta go out and come back in because
Hey,
I
man.
give it a guy.
There's an echo.
You have a bad echo, Jen. She's gone. Oh,
That
man.
was me freezing last week.
Yeah, so we were talking about Kat. So Shane meets up with Kat and says he wants her to go after EJ because he wants to know how EJ got his money to buy the hospital.
He's at DiMera. Where else would he get his money? Or
I
what's
don't
he
know.
want to do with it? He wants it because of that drug.
Right. Right. And then we see Rafe and Kat are gonna be working together. And it's like, could you make Kat worse? I mean, you have her with Rafe. I
Yes.
mean, what
Yes,
else
you
can you
can.
do with her?
Turns
I don't know.
out,
They're
yes,
going to
you
try to match
can.
those two together. Or will
I-
she be with the new Chad? Because we are getting a new Chad.
Ugh.
I guess you
Yeah.
guys talked about that.
No, we didn't talk about that, but yeah, they did cast a new Chat. And I guess
He looks like it. He looks like it. Resembles Chad. I think it's looks wise. It's a good recast. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know acting wise or how he's going to play Chad, but yeah. So I don't know if they'll still have Kat with Chad or are they going to put him with Rafe? I know they've tried everybody with Rafe. I don't know. Can't find the right person. The best one was
Yeah.
Sammy, I think, one of the best.
Yeah, she was the best one.
Yeah.
And Paul and Andrew got married this week.
Yeah, that was was that mostly the whole show? Was at the wedding?
I think
Pretty
I
much,
missed.
I think
I
so.
think that must have been one of the episodes I skipped to try to get
But
to the
Teresa
end.
and Kim weren't there.
Yeah.
So I guess Kim's still not
Go back and watch it, but I just
well or whatever. I think they always use that.
Yeah, that was a bummer. And someone pointed out too, pretty much there was no Brady's there. So yeah, other than what, Kayla. Yeah, and Roman wasn't there.
Well, Brady was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was Brady and Belle, like all his
siblings, but not
siblings.
Kim's side of the family. And no Donovan's. I mean, Shane was there, but no Eve, no Teresa. Yeah. Yeah, Marlena gave Paul John's watch for something borrowed. I thought that was a cute idea. So, I mean, the wedding was okay. You know, I was just never into it because these are two characters that really pretty much been off screen 99% of their relationship. So it's hard to really care about those two.
Yeah, they come and go. Then you had Will there, which was kind of fun. You know, he had the whole. Then he had the affair with Paul, right, when he was with Sonny, if I remember that correctly, because Paul was with Sonny off screen, and then when Paul came, I think that's how Will finally come out. Well, Will came out to Sonny, and Will and Sonny were together. Then I think it was Will that had the affair with Paul. Then he was with Sonny,
and to make it even funnier.
I thought Paul and Sonny knew each other before. Didn't
they
have
did.
a history? Okay.
Yeah, they were in a relationship before.
Yeah.
And to make it even funnier, when Paul came to town, he was flirting with Teresa, who's now his sister-in-law. And they actually had great chemistry. Yeah, I remember them flirting at the hospital.
Is that before we knew he was gay or no?
Yeah. That was
Oh,
before.
okay. Okay.
That's a little awkward. And that doesn't even get mentioned. So that was kind of funny. Rachel tells Marlena about Johnny.
Right.
Yeah, but she's spent a night with Grandma Marmar and had the nightmare. And she said she saw Johnny playing a gun in Egypt. So Carrie pretty much left town, though, we're assuming.
Yes, it sounded like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came without Austin.
Yeah, they want Roman wants Johnny to consult Carrie since Belle's
But yeah, he did call Carrie. Yeah, Carrie's a lawyer.
Yeah, I thought it was Marlena and Roman handled the whole situation with Johnny pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They met up with him at the pub and, told him to get counsel. And so I thought that was a pretty smart way of doing it because they were basically supportive without saying, you did it, you shot him. So I thought they handled that pretty well. Poor Marlena, she just gets into, she can't even mourn. Like there's all this shit going on with her own family.
Yes. They're all messed up.
Oh, speaking of messed up, Xander and Sarah get into a fight over custody again.
I'd like to smack both of them. I don't know.
It's
I'm
getting
a
to be
Xander-
fast forward material for me.
I don't know. Xander fan, but I'm also upset with Xander. I know I like that bad side of him, but they're really like bringing out the really bad side of him. Beating up Philip like that and trying to kill him, which Philip called him on. But anyway, back to Sarah and Xander. I don't know. Like she doesn't want him around Victoria at all because of the violence and when he did the Philip and everything. But I don't know. I truly don't think he would do anything to harm the baby, which maybe she thinks he will.
Mhm.
He's never had any tendency. He was never violent towards Sarah either. It's only when he loses, things like that. I don't know. And then they were both advised by their lawyers that neither one of them might not get custody, that they should just share. They were both, even Melinda Trask told that to Xander and Justin told that to Sarah, but Xander was willing to do it 50-50, but Sarah's not. Sarah's fighting that. So I don't know. I think they should just do the 50-50 and be done with it. But of course we have to have conflict, I guess.
Yeah, I could see her point of not wanting to give him 50-50 with what he just did. And he keeps lying about it. Like he won't own
Yeah.
up to it at all. And I don't like his attitude when he's with Sarah. I mean, he is just angry and threatening towards her. And I don't like that at all. And then they show him 5% of the time being nice and sweet with the baby. And we actually saw Victoria this week that she's a little blonde little baby doll.
Yeah. Two really dark haired parents and she has a little blonde. Where did that blonde come from? But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it happens.
That happens. I thought about
guess
that
it
too, but
happens.
it does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Babies are blonde
Back
at
in the
first.
day. Yeah.
But that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that happened with my youngest son. There she is.
There's Jen.
There she
Hey,
is.
Jen.
How to go
Hey
on my
there.
phone? My computer wouldn't let me back in.
I had the same problem on my phone. My computer wasn't working. And Anna was having a hard time too. So maybe it's the website. We've all had a hard time getting in today.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were talking
Oh,
about Xander and Sarah about the custody and how the baby is a little blonde little girl.
Yeah. And both parents are brunettes.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say though too with my youngest son was blonde for a couple years and my ex and I were both brunettes, but there's some blonde on my dad's side of the family. But now his hair's totally brown. He was just a blonde baby. But it was a cutie baby though. Okay. So we have the book thing. So Alex talked Stephanie into publishing the book. And they had this really gross scene this week where Kayla read the book and sexed up Steve.
Steve.
I was thinking about that too. Oh, those are her parents reading.
Yeah, but Kayla doesn't know it's Stephanie. But wait
Right.
till Stephanie finds out that because she dreads that her mom read it. Wait till she finds out that Kayla did read it.
To her
And then
father.
Yeah, and then Kayla, yeah, that's going to be funny.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
the
so
parents tried
cringe.
one of her whatever positions or whatever she has in there. They don't really go into detail, but I take it that's what it was all about. But yeah.
And I'm kind of not buying it. I mean, yes, Stephanie, it's not hard to get her into bed.
No.
Okay.
no.
But do I think she really knows what she's doing? and she's into all this kinky stuff. I don't know. I don't buy it, but I guess it's just fiction and she's just writing about it.
Do you think she really wrote it, or did she find something and is like stealing it, not stealing it, or stole?
No,
Yeah,
I think she's really writing it,
I
but
think
really
she wrote
right.
it.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, but I just don't see her like as a Carrie Bradshaw type.
No.
Okay. All right.
She doesn't
to
seem
see.
like, yeah,
Yeah, that was funny with Steve and Kayla, though. I have.
my God.
Oh,
But it just cracks me up that Stephanie is just acting like, I don't want people finding out I wrote it. And
yes, you do.
it's like, you had sex in your mother's hospital.
Yeah.
And she got away with it.
And
Like,
she's
nobody,
worried about that. Yeah. And
it's like,
everybody's read it now in the hospital, and everybody's.
I find it
they
hard
all
to
know what
believe she's Steve and Kayla's daughter.
Yeah.
they all know what she did in the hospital. There's no way in hell that story didn't get out. She had sex with Alex in the hospital. Everybody knows.
Yep.
It's a hospital. They're all going to talk. And it was on a soap opera set. They're all going to talk. But Stephanie wants to act like she's a virgin, then, whatever. And then she turned around and gave the book to Jada to read. So
What do you think, Jane? And she's watching her as she's reading it.
it's too much. All right. So do you think Stefan's coming back? Tony mentioned him and they were saying, oh, no, none of us have heard from Stefan since he left town.
I think he's coming back.
I think he's coming back, but I'm thinking maybe a different actor. That's what I don't know.
I would like
Yeah.
Brandon back, though.
I
Yeah.
would too.
I would love to see him.
But I'm thinking, I don't know if I read somewhere or heard somewhere that he really doesn't want to come back. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. There's
'Cause
I think there was some drama there between his exit. Thinking.
Yeah,
I don't know
thought-
exactly what though. But
Yeah, I thought he was upset he got let go.
yeah. But a lot of actors are, but then they come back.
Yeah.
They complain, but they always come back. So, but yeah, his name was mentioned.
And it was good seeing Tony again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Well, I have to complain about Stephanie again. I don't like Stephanie. Like, surprise.
No.
But Sarah wanted Stephanie to go ask Philip, is Xander really beat him up or not? So it's not like if someone asked me to do that, now I'd be like, Philip, are you okay? Is there anything I could do to help you? Like, be friendly with him and try to get him to confide. No, Stephanie's like, well, Sarah asked me to ask you if Xander beat you up. I mean, like, no. That was the stupidest thing I ever seen. That's not how you get someone to confess something.
No.
Oh my God. That was so dumb. And then she slept with Philip. I mean, they have a relationship. She could have played some sort of card with him. I just don't get it. That was that was a total waste of time.
Philip's not giving it up.
No.
Although he threatens Xander. I love how he threatens Xander. I love those scenes between Xander and Philip. It was really good. I like that whole dynamic between them. He more or less told Xander, I saw you with that pillow.
Yeah.
And he's funny. The expressions, the way Philip does. What's his name? Jean Paul?
Yeah, Sean Paul.
Jean
Yeah.
Paul? Yeah, he's funny. Even when it's a serious situation, he makes it funny.
Oh, and we had Chad and Kat, and I'm surprised Chad didn't catch her in a lie. They went to Kat's house. She was making them dinner. And then she said she had to leave to go pick up Felicity, and Chad wanted to go with her. But really, she was going to, I can't remember if she met with Shane or she met with Rafe, but she
Rafe.
left. It was
Right,
Rafe.
yeah.
She met with
Chad's
Shane,
as dumb. Chad's as dumb as Brady. I'm telling
Yep.
you. I think. Are you sure they're not related?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not liking
He's not
Shane
in
too
DiMera.
much lately.
You're not liking who?
It's not the Shane of the 80s. You didn't see him bullying people into doing things.
Yeah, that was kind of. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, she didn't
But
want to do it.
I do think Charles Shaughnessy's another one that looks amazing. He
Yeah,
really
he looks great.
He is.
Yeah.
He's always been, but I'm like, ooh, I'm loving seeing him again.
Yeah, he just coming off as very cold, just him leaving John out to hang, not really trying to rescue him at all.
Could he be Drew?
Well,
And we don't know it?
I don't think they're going to go there. I don't
Say
think
that
so.
again? What?
I said, could he be Drew?
You know what I think? I think that I know it's just the writing, but it's almost like, okay, 30 or 40 year ago, Shane had not been in this intelligence agency, international intelligence agency for 40 years like he has been now. And I think it's almost like, because honestly, he was kind of an a-hole when it came to John. Like, I mean, he didn't respond to Marlena. He wasn't telling her, he wasn't keeping her updated and all that. And so, I kind of feel like whether it's intentional or not, I think they're writing him to be more like, he's upper management now, kind of, I don't know. He's not the super spy on the road. On the hands-on as much. He's more or less the boss, I could be wrong. I'm just saying, I think, we think back to the days when he actually got his hands dirty, and now I think he's just kind of like used to ordering people around and using his spycraft to, influence people and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. That's just my psychological assessment of that.
Yeah, they're writing him, like you said, like upper management who doesn't give a shit. But these are friends and family and people he's known
Right.
for 30 years.
Right.
Yeah.
He should,
And
yeah.
he's using Kat to get, since she conveniently works for Marlena, she's in the hospital, and EJ just bought the hospital with funds that could be dark money of some sort, and they want to find out what's going on. Well, okay, that's, I guess, a legitimate concern, but he was manipulative with Kat to get her to do it. And so there was a little bit of an ick factor with that, I think.
And she's still not in a position to figure out what the hell he did.
Yeah.
I mean, with EJ's money, how would she know?
But
she's assisting Marlena with probably her schedule.
Yeah.
What does that have?
Diva Carey, I beg to differ with you. You forget that she is the best analyst ever Shane's ever worked with. So she's got magical powers. Somehow she's going to figure it out.
Came out of the blue, like, oh, let's
Even if she can't figure out what nail color she wants to wear that day, she's going to figure it out.
How she wants to wear her hair. Every time you see her hair is in her face, this way, that way.
She's almost getting the Dr. Dan Miracle Worker treatment right now, which is just grates against my nerves.
Speaking of Shane actually acknowledged his grandson Tate and had a conversation with him.
So, what? Wow. That's
actually
cool.
I totally forgot. Yeah, that would make the baby be his great grandchild.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's when they talked about Eve.
Yeah, he acknowledged Eve.
Like giving up a child or not. Yeah, how Eve, and he said, well, he didn't even know about her until later. So Tate was asking about that, like, giving the baby up. Yeah. And he had a nice talk about Paul at the wedding too. Yeah. Congratulating them, and that was nice too. Exchange between Andrew and
and Shane offers Paul a job in DC. So
yeah.
Is Paul qualified to be IS?
I don't know. He was a baseball player, so I don't know.
He was a pitcher or something.
Well,
so he's going to infiltrate.
So was John.
He's going to infiltrate big baseball.
Well, that was Drake. Drake actually was a baseball player.
Yeah, he was. He played for the Yankees.
He was. Yeah. He played for the minor league.
That was cool.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt.
That was cool.
Maybe
I
you
love
can
they
help
incorporated. Yeah,
maybe
I'm glad they
there might not have been a John Black. You never know.
That's right. I'm glad they incorporated some of that into the farewell to John, the baseball card.
Also, a scene I've been kind of waiting for. We had Brady and Sarah, and Brady thanks Sarah for taking good care of Rachel, and they were discussing whether or not to mention to Rachel that Sarah raised her for a year. That was kind of interesting, and they decided not to do that.
Are we trying to do a Sarah Brady thing here? If she breaks up with Xander? Because they're not related. I stopped and thought.
Yeah, they're not related.
They're not related.
Yeah, I wasn't picking up any chemistry at all. I just thought it was nice they acknowledged Sarah raised her as Nikki for a year.
Suspicious of everybody like they try to put together.
Yeah.
Well, and also I think it was a way of reminding the audience or informing the audience that didn't know that part of the story,
Right. That Rachel was.
that to remind us and or, educate people on that, because it also, I think, didn't Maggie say something? Was it Maggie that said something to her about how, when Sarah was like, he's not getting even partial custody, I want full custody. She's like, well, keep in mind, Sarah, that,
Yes.
you
have a
took a
history.
child away too.
Yeah.
You've taken a child.
Yes.
She says this
You
could
have a history.
basically this could backfire on you spectacularly.
Right.
Yeah.
They both, neither one of them are exemplary. They've done things in their past, both of them. Yes,
things.
Xander a lot more than Sarah, but still.
Yeah. And she also had tried to hide 2 pregnancies from the fathers. That doesn't look good
Yeah.
in court there.
It did just kind of melt though when Xander got to see Victoria, because he
Yeah.
had bought a dress for her and stuff. So
There's
they're
just still
writing
something
it so
about
that
still something about Xander. He has a heart.
Yeah.
yeah,
Down
and
there
they
somewhere.
did kind of tie, like, I think Sarah was the one that said something about how, maybe he got his, like, that instant switch that goes to rage from his mother, since she was the one that ran her over or whatever. That but I mean, if they don't show, I mean, right now I keep watching this going, they're writing Xander into a corner.
Yep.
They're writing, they can do all
You
these
like 'em?
back deals between him and Philip and blackmailing each other and whatever you want to call it. And I like those I like the mental games they're playing with each other like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Strategic, I like that. But, the audience still sees him as somebody who tried to kill his brother, and that he almost killed Brady too, and that he obviously has an issue. So if they don't somehow write it, and it's like we saw him tear Philip apart, like,
Yeah.
it's not like that just happened off screen, And so, you picture somebody like that around a small child, even if he loves this child. Let's say he gets mad at Sarah, and you hear people killing their own kid to get back at the ex or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just think that unless they show him in some sort of major therapy type, I mean, I don't know what, but they managed to redeem a serial killer.
Exactly.
And he's now married to a legacy character and having children with her.
Yes.
So, I'm just saying, it almost seems like he needs to go on some sort of psychological journey where he somehow gets redeemed. Because right now, even though I love Xander's character, I love it. I love Paul and I love the character. I really am finding very little redeemable about him right now. You're asking the audience to do a lot of mental gymnastics to make him rootable, other than the soft spot he has for his daughter. But so what? Stefano had a soft spot for his kids too, which that was part of his that was part of his redeeming character qualities as well. But
he puts him on for 20
and we
years.
loved Stefano. He was the villain we loved to hate. But right now, Xander is I just don't see much redemptive quality in his character right now. And so, as much as Sarah's a twit, and an annoying twit at that at times, at least they've been better this last round together, And so I don't know what they're trying to do, but I'm not enjoying that.
Look at Philip. I mean, all the crap he's pulled.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's saying, just as bad what he did to Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying Philip is, but I mean, he got the literal life almost taken out of him.
Yeah.
For speeding.
And he tried to kill him again with a pillow.
Yeah.
And he said,
and Philip saw that.
Yeah. And he only stopped because Kate walked in. I don't know if Philip realized that. Kate walked in. Yeah. That's the only reason he stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, with Xander, he's just unrepentant. Like, Philip knew what he did to Brady was wrong.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And he sought treatment and was off screen for a while getting treatment.
He brought Philip flowers. Come on.
Yeah.
Said he was sorry. And said he was sorry.
Oh yeah, I tried to kill you. Get some flowers.
Not once, but twice. Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it's one of those things where nobody's correct or right in the situation, which you often find in soaps, but there's degrees. And then you picture him beating life out of Philip, and then you think, is he safe with a small child, even if it's his own child? I can see why a parent or family would be concerned about that,
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess people are still concerned at the hospital because Xander got the revote at the hospital and he still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was going to win
Yeah,
again, but
me
no, he
too.
didn't.
EJ of all people.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of funny, actually.
Well, especially after he got into a fight with Sarah in front of Maggie and Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That
knew
didn't
those
help
were going
his
to be, yeah, that was going to be 2 no votes right there. But then it looked like Kayla was going to try to vote for EJ because Kayla kind of said, hey, I'll vote for you if you make the budget a little bit better. So
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. So is there anything else from this week we missed?
Thought on the budget, yeah. Especially if you look at that line item for chief of staff, that salary could be bumped a good 20%. No, I'm just kidding.
I think James brought something into the house. Yeah. And Sutton's checking it out, but James has a bad habit of bringing animals
Mice.
into the house and not killing them.
Oh, dear.
Boy.
Just playing with them.
He just toys with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the hell it is.
Better
Now I'm
go get.
concerned.
We better
Yeah.
say bye so you can
Time to go.
have some drama.
Yeah, there's drama right here at my house.
Yeah.
It's an hour past my bedtime, actually, anymore.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Really
we'll do
bad.
spoilers for next week. Looks like Sophia finally has the baby.
How about
Okay.
And what do you think
And they
she
did
meant by,
mention
I can't
they
let
did-
you see anybody see you? I wonder what she meant by that.
that?
you
It
hear her
looks
say
to
that?
me, and I'm guessing, I think she leaves the baby at the fire department. It looks like she gave birth at home, leaves at the fire department, and because Javi shows up with a baby.
I didn't see that. I
that connection.
missed that.
Okay.
Could Javi and Leo raise the baby?
Or Paul and Andrew.
Yeah.
Surely they would
been
do.
hearing
Surely
that.
they would do DNA testing on it or something. Or I mean, there's no cool. I mean, come on. Everybody knows she's pregnant. All of a sudden, she's no longer pregnant, and a baby shows up at the firehouse. That's not going to be hard to figure out. But
Or she leaves town.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. They
Yeah.
haven't heard if she's leaving or not.
yeah.
Rafe is mad at Jada for arresting Johnny.
Well, what
Well,
do you
what-
think was going to
What do
happen?
you, what do you think, Ray?
Dumbass. He knows it. I mean, what a dumbass.
There's another one.
Jeez.
No, Jada, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Rafe
Johnny-
had to go. Rafe had to go to her out of obligation because he's a required reporter,
yeah.
being in the FBI, and so he didn't think she was going to do something with it when she's required to act on something. That's ridiculous. I mean, maybe when Roman was commissioner, but Jada doesn't roll like that. But I don't know.
Don't we see Belle get an envelope and it has the little disc in it that now where'd that come? Who sent that? Unless somebody made a copy, right? Because Rita gave it to EJ. Am I not mistaken?
And EJ and Tony had it.
Yeah.
And Johnny says in the promo, he tells EJ not to do something crazy. Literally, the next clip is Belle receives the little memory card.
Well, that just makes him really look guilty.
Yeah, that doesn't make him look innocent at all.
No.
Kate guesses that Stephanie wrote the book.
God.
What will she?
That's what bothers me about Stephanie. She just needs to own it.
Yeah.
You're a hoe. Just say, hey, yes, I'm a hoe.
Yeah.
Make some money off of it. I mean, good grief. She's not doing OnlyFans. She just wrote a book. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And then, maybe they could have a Housewives of Salem. And, even though she's not a housewife.
I've tried to pitch that on Twitter because I wanted Kate, I wanted Anna, I wanted Marlena, I wanted Nicole, Tammy. We could have had a Gabi. We could have had a Real Housewives of Salem. It could have been a Peacock special.
Yeah.
Beyond Salem. It would have been
Now
awesome.
there's another Beyond Salem coming. Yeah.
That would have been, yeah. Oh, yeah. We have it at Beyond Salem coming on, a couple weeks
Bo and
with
Hope.
Bo and Hope. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyway. Huh.
Yeah, I was confused when I saw that promo. I was like, is that like the old one? And they're just,
That's what I thought, but I don't think it is.
well, they kept that under wraps. Yep. Alrighty. So
All right.
that's about it for next week. Next week looks like we have a baby coming and the fallout for Johnny getting arrested.
Yeah. Are we on
Alright.
next week?
Okay.
4th of July weekend, right? Because 4th of July is Friday. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
What? You'll be what?
I said, I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll be here.
It's good to see you, Marianne.
Yes.
You're
I'll be
hanging in
here.
there.
No plans.
Thinking
Yeah.
of you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good night,
Bye.
ladies.
Bye.
Mine's not done yet, right?